Carol hasn't told you how much she has had to suffer through in order to do her job, and I think that's part of what these times have demanded of us. This is the year democracy could fall off the cliff, and she described it in far better ways than I could have, but the day has been absolutely incredible to hear from you, to feel that our values still hold. This is, I think it's a spark. I always say that the spark that began to turn the kindling of humanity to destroy democracy was technology, because what happens online doesn't stay online. Online violence is real-world violence, right? When you incite hate online, it comes out in the real world, and these feed into each other. These are from Myanmar to Ukraine, you've heard, to Gaza, Sudan, Zimbabwe, Afghanistan, Ethiopia, Eritrea, and many, many more of these forgotten battles around the world. These wars are fought not just with missiles and tanks, but with algorithms, disinformation, and the systematic destruction of truth and our communities of trust. It was so wonderful to stand here today and feel the kind of solid ground again. With Elon Musk and the Broligarchy using state power, she's hissing over here. The Broligarchy using state power today, and President Trump breaking basic tenets of the global institutions the United States helped create. The new world order is being shaped right now. And much is being asked of leaders today, of the European Union, of the Global South, that you must step in and fill this power vacuum. In a strange way, and this is where I am kind of optimistic, I was in Mexico when President Trump spoke with the President of Mexico, and you know, it's kind of, there's an opportunity, right? And what's that opportunity? Well, we're standing on the rubble of the world that was, and now we can decide to create the world that we want, right? Institutions are just codified values, the values that for more than 80 years helped prevent a nuclear war and that helped increase living standards all around the world. I live by the golden rule. It's really simple, and I'm sitting next to, Pope Francis, and the Vatican has had an impact on all of us. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. That helped define courage for me in a world increasingly shaped by lies, the courage to speak when silence is safer, the courage to build bridges when walls seem easier, and the courage to stand for truth, even when it feels like the entire world is against you. So I just have 4 things I would like to ask of you, you in this room, so powerful. 4 suggestions. The first, you've heard me say this today, collaborate, collaborate, collaborate. This is the time to build and strengthen trust, to close the fractured lines of society that information operations will try to pound open and pit each of us against each other. 2, speak truth with moral clarity, because silence in the face of injustice is complicity, whether it's systemic racism, economic inequality, or the erosion of democratic norms. We need to hold the line. We need to demand transparency and accountability from governments to the tech that is ruling our lives. 3, protect the most vulnerable. President Clinton said this, protect the most vulnerable. Support the journalists, human rights activists, the women politicians, researchers who risk their lives just to do their jobs. You remember the Martin Niemöller quote from Germany? We had a Philippine version the time when I was first arrested. This was February 13th, 2019. This is what the largest newspaper in the Philippines published after my first arrest. First, they came for the journalists. We don't know what happened next. Your networks, you powerful people in this room, can be powerful shields for marginalized communities. Support immigrants, religious minorities, the LGBTQ+, and others who face discrimination. Our collective vigilance can prevent the normalization of hate. And then 4, most of you already know this, but there were so many young people who came in today. Recognize your power, because protecting our democracies is not reserved for heroes like Secretary Clinton and President Clinton. It's not reserved just for the heroes. It is the collective work of people who refuse to accept and to live lies. Rappler would not have survived without the help of our community, and that has always reminded me of the goodness of human nature. You are powerful and can be part of this tidal wave, this change for good. Collaborate, collaborate, collaborate. Speak truth with moral clarity. Protect the most vulnerable. And recognize your power. Thank you. Thank you so much.